Hey guys, it's been a while since I did a video on YouTube, and part of that is because it seems that no one's really interested in watching my Ford Everest videos. But I have decided that I'm going to continue filming on that car because I'm doing quite a lot of interesting mods on it which don't just apply to Ford Everest, but they could apply to any car for that matter. So I'll still be doing some how-to videos on some of the things that I'm doing to that car. But this video is about my very first Jaguar, and for those of you who have been following my channel for a long time will know that my first Jaguar was a Jaguar XF 3-litre petrol V6, and it was pearl grey metallic, and that car got me hooked on Jaguar. And even though I don't have a Jaguar, I still love them. When I see one on the road, I drool, and I still love those cars, and it will forever be emblazoned in my mind and in my heart. But this video is about the fact that I've actually found my old Jag. It's come up for sale. It's actually already sold. Ever since I sold it, I have been watching the used car websites to see if my car would pop up again, and at what price and what mileage it's got on and what condition it's in. And for those of you who remember, I did the ceramic coating on my car, and it looks like the ceramic coating has held up pretty well because the car physically seems to be in good condition still. But I'm going to take you guys through the technical report that the seller publishes when they sell a car, because they do a full roadworthiness inspection on all their cars, and they're very honest about what's wrong with the cars. So I want to share this information with you guys so that you can see what condition the car's in now, and I just found it very interesting to see. But I'm also going to share with you reasons why I didn't buy the car back, because it was an opportunity for me to buy it back. I would have loved to have had it back, but I'll tell you guys why I didn't buy it back in a second. So here is my car, and as you can see, it's for sale. Well, it was for sale at 79,900 Rand, and that is about 3,900 pounds or 4,700 USD. And there are a couple of other Jags ahead here for sale as well, and there's a nice white one over there. That's a 2015 2.2. Here's a 2-litre R Sport like I used to have, and here's a 2.2 diesel as well, 2014. I must say these 2.2 diesels, there are a lot of them for sale, but mine is a 3-litre V6 premium luxury. And if we go back here, we can see that the mileage is 186,700. Now, when I sold it, I think it had about 101,000 kilometers on the clock, which was getting a little bit on in mileage for me, which was probably another factor that, you know, played in my thinking in wanting to sell the car. I didn't want to buy my car back with this high mileage, and that's one big factor that put me off buying the car back. And here we can see some pictures of it, and there you can see my black wheels, and those wheels were called Zones. They are 18-inch, and there's my carbon fiber bootlet spoiler that I put on, and there is my side moldings, and the paint looks very good because of this ceramic coating that I put on it. And here you can see there's my carbon fiber spoiler, and that over there in the rear window was a genuine Jaguar shield, sun shield that you put in the front window by the windshield to protect the dash. Now I think they did comment that the dash was starting to lift or something like that, but we'll look now in the technical report and I'll take you through that. But these are all the pictures they put up there of the car. On the outside we can see it's still looking great. They even left my R badge that I stuck on there, which I know many of you didn't like. But it still has my black grille that I fitted, and I did a video on taking the whole bumper off the car to do that. And no, you cannot fit a grille on a car like this without removing the bumper. I see many people are asking that question on some of my videos. There's a front view that gorgeous hood. Oh, those lines, the way these lines taper down here, just stunning. So there it is there, 186,683 kilometers on the clock. Now that's kilometers, not miles. That would probably be around about 110,000 miles that it has on the clock now. I'm just checking here, all the lights in the cluster are still working, and the cluster is still working fine. Usually these become a little pixelated and they get lines in them, and mine is still good, still very good. There you can see my wheels are very dirty. I don't know what they did there. It looks like that wheel went through a bit of a tough situation, I don't know, but it looks very, very dirty. The interior of the car, and look at the seat, still pretty good. The driver's seat especially, for that mileage, very, very good. The wood trim's still in good shape. And I'm just checking, it looks like, I don't know if that's a shadow or if the leather is actually lifting there. But it looks to me like the leather is lifting there. Yep, the leather has lifted there. And I do remember a comment in the technical report, but we will get to that now. I found this report extremely interesting. This is a report that We Buy Cars do on all their cars. Here are the details of the car. The license expired already when they listed this car in 2020. It looks like they never renewed the license on the car. But yeah, they give some details in the car: 10 airbags, 4 electric windows, ABS air conditioning, auto, alarm system, alloy wheels, central locking, cruise control, driver seat electrics. Now they say there's a strongly negatively perceived odor in the interior, dog or a heavy smoker. Now, when I bought my car, and when I had my car, nobody ever smoked in that car. There were no dogs in that car. It still smelled like brand new. And this is another factor that put me off buying a car back, because I don't know if I would ever be able to put up with having my car without that smell, because it smelled like a Rolls Royce in there. I mean, it was the intense smell of genuine leather, just, you know, perfumed the car everywhere. And they say that the seats with minor signs of wear, including discoloration, fading, stains, and then the interior trim and roof lining or carpet show signs of wear or minor staining. Dashboard with minor signs of wear. Cluster without any defects. Functions of heating and ventilation are without defects. Function of control units and or instrument cluster are excellent. Functions of the air condition is excellent, and I do remember, I mean, that car had a fantastic aircon. It was super cold. Function of the electric windows is excellent. Well, that's because I changed the window regulator on the driver's side. Defects on electric seats and or seat heaters. Service due and service record complete. So it has a full service record, but it is due for a service right now. And they've picked up some kind of defect on the electric seat or the seat heater. On the exterior, they say that the rims are without defects, which affect the function. Mechanics of the doors, bonnets, tailgate are excellent. No residual traces of damage, repair. So the car's not been in any accidents. Vehicle with normal wear and tear, according to age and mileage. Vehicle body with several dents and or scratches. Corrosion. Edge corrosion, surface corroded. Spare wheel tread depth is below 2 millimeters, so they've used the spare wheel because I'd never used it. Engine, gearbox, drivetrain. The engine oil level is normal with no visible signs of contamination. The cooling system is without testable defects, so they have tested the cooling system. I had a couple of coolant leaks with the car in the time that I had it, and they were all fixed. The coolant level is normal. Engine without visible oil leak. Gearbox and drive shaft without visible oil loss, exhaust system with damages and or rust. During the road test, no deficiencies in the gearbox, clutch or automatic transmission were detected. During the road test, no atypical noises on engine, drivetrain or axles were detected, and no defects on the engine, gearbox, drivetrain were detected. It would need new brakes by now, and new brakes for that car is probably going to cost around $1,000. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons they decided to get rid of the car. undercarriage with minor damages, axle suspension with damages that affect the safety, seat front right defective, brake pad 1, axle left worn, hydraulic system leak. Maybe they're talking about the power steering system. It's possible that that is leaking, I don't know. But they continue here, both rear drop link arms are worn. It's roadworthy relevant. The left rear track rod is worn, roadworthy relevant. Both front upper control arms are worn, roadworthy. And both number plate lights are faulty. Now those are those AliExpress number plate lights that I fitted to the car. So they are probably, they blow and they're not working, and the guy who bought the car didn't know how to replace them. All he has to do is just buy 2 T10 bulbs and shove them in. A vehicle diagnostic has not been conducted. Diagnostic could not be performed due to no data available and or the OBD interface malfunction. So there's something going on there. They couldn't interrogate the car for codes. And you can see there's the seller of the car, We Buy Cars. Okay, they checked the oil and dipstick. So that's the oil cover actually, and there's the intake. The coolant level is normal. That's the new coolant reservoir I had fitted to the car because it was cracked right there. It had a crack going all the way down, and I noticed it tearing out of the crack. There's the spare wheel with the jack. Ah, okay, this is very interesting. There's corrosion on the door just below the door handle. Wow. I never noticed that when I looked at this report before. I'm very, very shocked at the fact that it was corroding on the door. So there's the right rear drop link arm that is worn. Obviously looks like this section down here is worn. And there's the left rear drop link that is worn. So the oil inside that little rubber grommet there is obviously leaked out. So they picked that up. And the right upper control arm is worn. Okay, I replaced the 2 lower control arms when I had the car. And the left upper control arm is also worn. There you can see it's actually, something happened here to the car. They scraped it. Ouch. Okay, I didn't even notice that before, but yeah. You can see the leather on the driver's seat. So what I thought they were referring to is in fact correct. It looks like, yeah, there's a wear and tear over there. Now, I would have been able to repair that because my XFR had the same wear, and those AliExpress covers I put on the electric seat controls, and yeah, and there's my rubber mats that I bought from Jaguar for the car. I wonder if it still has the AliExpress little mats that I put in the cup holders and stowage compartments. This is the power steering rack. So the hydraulic system, the rack is leaking. It's going to need a new power steering rack. So yeah, that was quite interesting to see my old car. So I never thought that this would be the last video that I'd make on my Jaguar XF, because I thought that I'd already done that, been down that road, and it was done and dusted. But I was quite happy to see the car is still out there. It hasn't been in a crash. It hasn't been written off. There will be a few videos coming out in the future on the Everest, and it's not really going to be about Ford Everest per se, but more about how to wire up interior lighting to your car if you want to create an ambiance in your car. It's kind of a generic video, and anyone who owns any make of car can do that to their car as well. So I'm hoping that people will enjoy that. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned. Cheers.